How's it going there, ladies and gents? Thanks for checking out Shinsei 88 Gaming. And welcome back to Armored Core 6. If you missed any of the previous ones, we're making our way through the Fires of Raven ending, using only the pre-built ACs, so those belonging to the other AC pilots. It's been reasonably fun so far. And it's only going to get more difficult and more action-packed as we go through. So last time, as you're seeing on the screen, we met the game's equivalent of an Alaskan bullworm, which I think they just call the ice worm. I kind of like my name better, but it is what it is. And we got to build up to this sort of climactic battle against the thing.
Don't forget we've got a job to do on Rubicon.
Now normally this would mean that we're going to unlock one of the most powerful weapons in the entire game. And although technically we are going to unlock it, I guess, there's only one AC in the game that uses that. And it's our most hated villain's AC. But we'll get to that. That'll be towards the end of the episode. We got some messages to listen to first.
Heard the news, tourist.
Oh, it's always a good day when I hear from Carla.
Worm, huh? You just keep tripping up over the Institute's relics, don't you? Well, I got something that might interest you. Sent you a briefing.
This is V8 Pater. Your performance in the spaceport raid was admirable.
Thanks.
V2 and V4 left a message for you. But the arrival of that monster is a more pressing matter. Arquebus and Balaam have agreed to a ceasefire and are looking to cooperate, for the moment. It'll take time to formalize our agreement. For now, I've sent you another request.
Sounds good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. What do we got here? Okay. Well, first of all, we're going to mix up what AC we're using. And let's go with... You know, we haven't used Volta yet. We could use Pater. We could just use Ring Freddy for the rest of the game. That would be pretty sick. Yeah. Alright, so we'll just go through them in order.
I'll cut to the chase. This is about the ice worm. That Institute relic you had a run-in with. The corpse might stand a chance if it were just the PCA they were teaming up against. But that monster is a whole other story. You can't just throw bodies at it.
Well, you could. It just wouldn't be a good idea.
Such a pain in the ass is its perpetual reactive shield. Coral tech. Takes advantage of the coral's directivity. Ordinary weapons can't touch it. So let's get extraordinary. I can make you something that'll...
I'm always down for getting extraordinary.
But I'll need your help.
So yeah, this is actually a pretty fun mission.
012, one of the first sectors they built, and it's barely holding up.
And somewhat of a fan favorite character is in here.
Who betrayed RAD is hiding out. Goes by the name of Honest Brute.
Yeah, Honest Brute.
His AC Milktooth was built by us, so its only flaw is that it's piloted by him.
Carla's not a big fan of him.
RAD, he didn't just take credits in tech. He also took a secret project of mine.
She kind of took that personal, I think is why.
What we'll need to bust open the ice worm shield.
So yeah, Honest Brute's a pretty cool character. Not that he has a ton of characterization, but he's just, he's noted to be kind of a psychopath, and he portrays it. But like, the kind of psychopath that's like more composed, like a, I don't know, Hannibal Lecter type, I guess. And the voice actor, I don't actually know who it is, but the voice actor delivers an excellent performance.
I'll tell you where to go.
Welcome, tourist.
Dude, the fact that you can use boosts or boosters with the tank treads in this game is just incredible.
We're here to take back what you
It's a far cry from tank treads in the older Armored Core games.
You're a friend of Carla's.
I mentioned this in like the first episode, I guess,
Any friend of
but
Carla's is a friend of mine.
I played like Armored Core 3, Silent Line,
By all means,
Last Raven, and then this game, so I skipped a bunch of Armored Cores in between.
We need to go deep down.
I've kind of wanted to go back and play like Armored Core 1 and 2. I know they'll be incredibly jank compared to this, but I kind of like older, jankier games a lot of times. Sorry, I'm talking over Honest Brute here. Now you can actually make your way to the end, avoiding most of the combat in this mission, which is kind of useful because you don't get a resupply.
I do hope I'll keep up, but
But we are going to destroy all the obvious enemies here, like the Tetrapod.
That damn freak's using my toys like they were his.
Volta, of course, is all about just firepower. Bonk. You know, I never tried this. I'm guessing it probably wouldn't work, but I wonder if you could punt him off the edge using that.
quick, slow. I know, Milktooth. I can't wait either.
He seems rather strange.
Yeah, well said, Air. Well said. He's got a few screws loose, I think, but hey, it's all good.
The enemy's deploying a shield. We need to get behind it.
I hate to see my babies get scrapped like this, you know. Well, don't be shy. Smash them up. They'll help me with my R&D.
Dang, I almost had the nice little bonk finisher there, but ran out of boost.
Brute can't be far.
How embarrassing.
We should keep an eye out for traps. They'll be much more dangerous in tight quarters.
Whoops. Oh well.
Jump down there and we've got him cornered. Don't forget, the guy's a rat. This won't be smooth sailing.
Alright, well we didn't take too much damage, so we should be alright. He's not the easiest fight in the game, but he's certainly not the hardest.
Hangar? The target AC must be nearby.
Ah, my new friend. You're here at last. Brute! Oh, Carla, you've introduced me to such wonderful people. Wonderful things.
Yeah.
Shut him up, tourist.
The sweet melody of the generator. How Milktooth's heart sings.
Who built that AC at R&D?
Yeah, he's crazy.
Don't underestimate it.
So the main danger with this guy, obviously, is the flamethrower.
Rail cannon weeps.
It's
Torn from their
quite dangerous at close range, you might imagine.
miss Carla so. I weep too.
And actually, my setup is going to be not entirely ideal. If I had a little bit more mobility, it might be easier to get away. Not to say that I can't get away, but... Well, anyways, we should be fine. I mean, we do have Zimmerman shotguns, so that's got to count for something.
AP at 30%.
Slow. Slow. Quick, slow. Slow.
Dude's a dancer at heart.
Quick, slow. Let's trip the light fantastic friend.
Let's shell.
Starting to feel confused. It'd help if you could shut him up.
I don't think Air likes him very much either.
Right hand definition at 50%.
Alright, well, that wasn't too bad.
My friend, this is a gift.
I'll see about retrieving our secret
I had to make
project.
sure, you know.
We'll need it to go worm hunting.
I seem to remember that one being kind of difficult to S rank, but I could be wrong about that. Probably just comes down to ammo and damage taken, as usual, but he does have heals, so
This
that
is
complicates it a bit.
Stick, RAD.
Hey, Chatty.
Thanks for putting down Brute. The Chief's already in the workshop tweaking the rail cannon. And I've never seen her happier to be at work. That is all. Later, tourist.
Oh, Chatty. Such a bro. I won't say any more because I don't want to spoil. Alright, let's pull out a much stronger AC for this next one. Middle Flatwell, perhaps? Actually, one of my favorites to play as. Because this next mission is one of the hardest, in my opinion. I could be wrong about that.
Got a job for you, 621.
And this also was kind of a
We've received a request to remark this
moment,
group.
the first playthrough.
Raven, this request comes from our subsidiary Schneider.
Schneider.
It concerns the Bertram spaceport, which you and V4 brought under our control. We've received intel that a stranded PCA fleet is planning to retake the base. Your objective is to intercept the PCA and defend the spaceport. We've deployed an MT squad to support you. Use them as you see fit. That concludes the briefing. Good luck.
So it sounds simple enough, right?
The
What if I
PCA
told
would
you we were going to be throwing a
fighting
curveball?
621. Don't forget you have MT backup.
Main system activating combat mode.
Alright, let's do it.
Commence mission. Wait, something's not right, 621.
The battle's over already.
Find out what's going on.
Whatever it is, it can't be good for me.
Do you read me, Raven? I've identified the target. That's the mercenary who took your name.
Oh, snap. Yeah, that was a heck of a twist the first time around.
Let's see how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
Yeah, borrowed, not stolen. So yeah, this mission is just a good old-fashioned one-on-one AC fight. This guy is tough, though.
621.
Fortunately, Middle Flatwell has a lot of just constant fire options.
We'll see if you can do it justice.
Looks like we found your license's original owner.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Tie up the loose end, 621.
Are you a corporate pawn or a hapless hound? Either way, you'll never
This to me is kind of
yet.
a perfect example of the amazing gameplay in this. Like, it is just absolutely frantic. Like, dodging, shooting at the same time. Like, it's one-on-one combat. Like, to draw the Gundam parallel again, because I constantly do. This is like what a Gundam game should be, you know? And I'm still holding out that FromSoft will create a Gundam game at some point. Did I actually miss him with that? I think I might have. Oh well. Oh no.
AP at 50%.
Just trying to use my own spells against me.
30%.
Yeah, I'm actually getting kind of rocked here, but
Just wiped out a PCA squad. Stay sharp, 621.
there we go. This has certainly been a little bit of a sloppy run, but I don't know. That makes it a little bit more exciting, right? Assuming that I actually win.
At 30%.
Aha.
Raven, we can still... All right. We'll watch this one. See where they go on a raven's wings.
Good times. Now, of course, you could always just dual Zimmerman shotgun that fight, but... Well, first of all, it's not an option for us in this run, but... Come on, that's way more fun doing it this way.
I've looked into the other Raven, the independent mercenary who attacked you. It turns out that Raven isn't an individual call sign. It's a title, passed down generations of mercenaries who champion the free will Raven stands for. They choose what to fight for, and take to the skies in flight.
That sounds like me.
If that's what being a Raven means, then that's the name I want to keep calling you. Raven.
She's like, that doesn't fit you at all, so I'm going to start calling you 621 instead. Alright, we got one more before we move on to the boss fight.
I have a personal request to ask you. It's about the Engelbrett Tunnel, which is to be shut down after it was hit by a coral surge.
I remember.
I want to go there and survey the area. Even before the coral surge, that place had been all but abandoned. It's an old structure, dating far back into the colonization of Rubicon. There must be items of interest from throughout the planet's history there. As I'm sure you're aware, I have no resources with which to pay you.
Oh, well then I guess we better just move on to the next
But
mission.
I can propose an alternative. If you find any wrecks left by the PCA, you should try accessing them. Both the corporations and the Rubiconians are gathering data on PCA technology. Whatever you collect, I can exchange for credits and transfer the funds to you.
Alright, well then I guess it's your lucky day. So this mission serves as a nice little break after that couple difficult ones that we just did. So we're just going to stick with same AC.
Thank you for doing this for me, Raven.
But this is an interesting one because it'll give you a little bit of lore. We're not going to be diving too much into lore on this playthrough, kind of like I mentioned before, but it's worth digging into. I think the story and everything is interesting enough.
Let's get started, Raven. I've already located several wrecks that we should be able to recover data from. I'll send the marker data.
Is that it? I thought there were more. Huh.
PCA craft data. I'll exchange it for credits and send them to you later. Coral is able to conduct data and can influence digital equipment. The effects of the coral surge must have brought some of the wrecks back online.
So we could have, like, coral-powered Wi-Fi. Anyways. Now I'm trying to remember on this one, in order to get an S rank, I don't remember for sure if you have to gather additional data to get paid. You probably do, but I can't remember for sure. It might just be pure speed. But either way, this is a pretty simple one. We'll just pause on that briefly in case you want to read it.
According to the timestamp, this was recorded 2 days before the fires of Ibis. This seems to be about the warning signs of the calamity, right before it struck.
That's usually how it goes, huh? It's usually not, wow, it came out of nowhere and we had no idea. These little dudes create this obnoxious electric field, so I'm gonna take them out. Hey.
That's an old Rouse you see. The Rubiconians used to pilot these.
More lore.
This
Alright.
seems to be a recording of Dolmayan, the Liberation Front's ideological leader. But this appears to be something exceptionally personal.
So if I remember correctly, the whole Dolmayan thing, it kind of is implied
This data sheds some light on the
that
composition of the
he is
enforcement
also
squads.
linked to the Coral, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and is hearing the voices like you are. Anyone else?
Another
No?
old research institute, I see.
I think that'll do it. Mm-hmm.
This is about the first augmented humans. The same coral technology that created you. But without it, we never would have made contact. I'm not picking up any more data stores. If this outing has made you think about Rubicon's past or the nature of Coral, then it was all worth it.
Oh, we just got that one in at the last second. Did this make me think harder about Coral or Rubicon? Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. Why not? Now then, it's time to prepare for our big boss fight.
We got ourselves a deal, Handler Walter. Michigan. So, Arquebus met us halfway?
I gave them the heavy warship fleet. In exchange, Balaam's in charge of putting down the beast. They also offered some top Vespers. Guess they don't trust us.
Better than nothing. I'll provide what support I can, too.
Meaning me.
Your mad scientists, RAD or whatever, and that hound of yours.
Michigan. Don't underestimate 621. That hound always delivers.
I'll make you proud, Walter. I'll make you proud.
One new message.
Let's get our new hardware.
What kept you, 621? You're a famous mercenary now. Time to act like one. This next mission's all or nothing. Make sure you attend the briefing.
I'm a famous mercenary. I don't have to attend any briefings if I don't want to. Anyways, all right. So we need a particular weapon, that being the stun needle. What the heck is it called? I call it the worm needle. And the only AC that actually comes equipped with that is going to be our favorite character, Snail. The most hated. So this should be the only time we end up using him. Although technically possible to complete this mission without the needle, and you get some funny dialogue, it would take way too long, and probably require way too many attempts.
First, some background before we go into detail. The intercorporate ceasefire is now in effect, and we will be carrying out coordinated attacks against the PCA. The targets are the enemy-occupied bases, the heavy warship fleet, and the recently activated...
I'll cut to the chase. This is an all-out war against the PCA.
Yeah, tell 'em,
leaders
Michigan.
across Rubicon. And y'all got the short end of the stick. You're here to take on the worst of our dirty work. hunting the beast of the ice field.
Sure thing, Chief. Tell you what, I'll watch and let you know how badly that goes for us.
Gun 5, you just volunteered yourself for the front line.
Moving on. Let's talk about how we're going to neutralize the ice
It's
worm's
like,
coral shield.
oh, whoops.
You'll be dealing with a layered barrier made up of a primary and a secondary shield.
Arquebus will provide the means to break the first layer. The state-of-the-art stun needle launcher. Aim for the
Yes.
face, and it will deliver results, I assure you.
What about the second layer?
RAD's cooked up just the thing. A neat little toy we call the Overed Rail Cannon. If we
Overed.
divert the spaceport's standby power to the ORC, should hit hard enough, assuming we land the shot.
You can leave that to me. I know a thing or two about sharpshooting.
I'll oversee operations on the ground. A ragtag crew like this needs leadership.
We're gonna have 2 snails on the ground.
Could use some more suppressive fire. I'll send Chatty.
That just leaves the question of who will be taking charge of the stun needle launcher.
Everyone turns and looks at
I know
621.
just the volunteer to go poke that beast with a stick. Gun 13, you get all that? Good. Time for another field trip.
Alright, here we go. So yeah, if you don't take the needle, it's actually pretty funny because Michigan gets irritated with you.
621.
But we're just going to do this the real way.
It's time, 621.
Now, I've heard 2 different opinions on this boss fight. It's a little bit different than like Voltaeus or Sea Spider, in that it's not really difficult. It's more about kind of the spectacle of it,
I'll be here to offer support.
which I don't really have a problem with. I think it's pretty neat. But if you were going in thinking, oh, this is going to be this epic, insanely difficult mission, not really. I mean, it's not like a cakewalk or anything, but this is among the easier missions and probably the easiest boss fight. The only tricky part being you gotta land your shots with the stun needle.
I ain't here because I want to be.
Primary shield disabled.
Hey, that was a pretty good shot.
Initializing ORC firing sequence. Connecting EML modules. Opening energy
And I mean,
terminals.
it is kind of
Output
hype
80%.
when Rusty delivers his little line.
Correction A-OK. 90, 95.
I won't miss.
Like, come on, that's pretty freaking cool.
Gun 13, the head's open for a direct hit.
All right. Now, it's always going to take the same number of shots, so
Freak actually did it.
even if you unload a like bunch of shots right there, you're going to get to the same level. Shut up, Snail.
Targets deployed drones first. I'll handle them.
There can only be one. Now, I think the worm kind of follows a set path. I haven't actually tested this, but generally I think it's sort of a scripted path. So you can get pretty good at knowing where it's going to be to get your shots off.
V4, load the next shell.
One step ahead of you, Commander.
Finally, someone with their head skirt on straight. Ever thought about switching sides?
Sure as an
I love
honor to be
the
praised by the Red Guns hell
the
on four
banter
legs,
between everyone here too.
but
It's
I'll
pretty great.
pass.
Primary shield disabled.
Shield loss confirmed. Preparing to fire rail cannon.
So anyways, as I was saying, you get like certain moments where the thing comes out and rears up and sits still for a moment, but if you're pretty good at knowing where it's going to be, you can actually score some early hits and complete the mission more quickly.
Shield down.
It's all yours now, buddy.
Yeah, you might want to get away.
Fall back, 621.
We've underestimated this beast.
The coral. It's out of control.
Looks like things just took a nasty turn. I'll set the ORC to maximum output. We can't afford to lose control of the situation.
To dodge these missiles like this, pretty much just do what I'm doing here. They'll sort of follow you along the ground, so you don't want to skate across the ground. Just kind of hover horizontally. That'd be good. Not quite the right position. It's alright. We'll get them on the next go around.
Taking significant damage. Might be checking out soon, tourist.
Well, not through yet. Its primary shield is getting stronger.
Stay cool, buddy.
2 repair kits remaining.
Although I suppose it would be technically possible, I have also never managed to make it through this with any of my allies surviving. Or I take it back. I might have made it through with one ally left at some point.
Good work, buddy.
But you're very likely to lose them during that initial AoE attack anyway.
Full capacity. Output at 80, 90. All emergency valves closed. Disabling limiter. 100, 110, 115. Rail cannon at maximum output.
Let's go.
All or nothing.
Target's coral shield has been wiped out.
So you see what I mean. Not like really all that difficult, but it sure was a spectacle. And I'm okay with that. We'll have our fair share of difficult bosses. Kaboom.
You shitting me? The freelancer really did it.
And just like the last time, I really appreciate the attention to detail with the playable segment ending exactly where the cutscene begins, with the worm falling.
Coral voices. Lost again.
Listen, Air, you don't need to be such a downer.
Raven. There's something I have to tell you. The coral. It's my family. My brothers and sisters. I am but a single wave. Born from the coral tide. A Rubiconian without a body. No one even knew I was there for such a long time. Raven, you're the only one who...
Look, hey, 621, wake up. Stop talking to your brain wife. Let's get going.
621. Things are going to get busy. You did good.
All right, everybody. Well, that was a pretty eventful episode, I would say. I hope you enjoyed this one. I will catch you next time, where we'll be moving on and
The temporary alliance
doing
between
some more
the
stuff.
Arctis and Balaam groups
And yeah,
turned
of course, the
tide,
temporary alliance is done. Back to the status quo. And the
devastating
feds,
planetary closure
BTFO'd, I
administration
guess.
forces, and exiling them from Rubicon. Though it was the Iceworm mission led by Balaam that dealt the decisive blow.
Led by
Arctis,
Balaam. I
through
mean,
their own engagements with the PCA,
I guess so.
augmented their strength with seized weaponry. The balance of power was broken. The scales tipped in Arquebus's favor. And the Rubicon Liberation Front's hopes of fighting an exhausted foe were dashed.
dashed indeed. Anybody? Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for watching till the end. and we'll be back sooner rather than later with more. Until then, take care. God bless.
And their bitter conflict burned with renewed intensity.